There's a dude right over here. That's crazy. He's right at 120 something. That's crazy.
Oh, I got him!
Yes!
Yeah, bro.
Fuck yeah!
Yeah, bro.
I see him.
I left a little sliver at the top. Nine deaths.
Those corners in the map don't have like.
Oh, baby!
Just finished the one.
All right, one on the roof still.
Yeah! I didn't even know we were down to just us and them.
Bless the Lord, oh my soul. All right, end of the song. Anyways, hey, where are you guys going? There we go, baby. Night, night. Oh my gosh.
Randy just cut that corner. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Sorry, Domi. I am so sorry, everyone. You're fine. I saved it.
Let's go! Yes! So Drew and the guy in front of him both have penalties. I'm gonna push boots the best I can. Let's go! Let's go! My wedding day, the birth of my son, an American finishing first at Le Mans. Yeah! Yes! Woo! Dallas, get the party room started. Woo! That's right, Snosberry. Defending American soil with American muscle. Hell yeah! Woo! Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. It is Tuesday, May 27th, 2025, and it is 7:03 p.m. here at the state-of-the-art DW Studios. Hope you all have had a terrific Tuesday. We've made a couple changes to the stream room, nothing you guys can see, but I've got an extra monitor now showing up here. So, we've got a lot planned. We've got a box opening from jerky.com. We have time trials that we want to work on. We have to work on the vet one. It goes away in 2 days and we are woefully slow. Let's see what else. We have weekly challenges in Gran Turismo we're going to work on where you guys get to pick my car. And of course, we're going to kick it all off like we do every stream. Our 101 devotions for men. We are on devotion number 35, which is titled A Good Reputation. So, good afternoon, Dallas. So, one of the things about having a good reputation, right, is it is an outward, it's an earthly reward for things that we do outward, right? On the track, I, for the most part, am known to race clean. So I have a good reputation on the racetrack, and that buys me some equity with other racers. Us as a stream community, look, we raised money for Northwestern North Carolina. We raised some money. We gave it to a church who was feeding the local citizens there around their church, right? After Hurricane Helene. At work, you know, you may have a good reputation for being a hard worker. And we're going to get into our devotion here in a minute, but none of that matters because ultimately God knows who you really are. God knows who you are when nobody is looking. And your reputation with Him is what really matters. And thankfully, He is a loving and forgiving God where He does not hold every small thing you do against you, right? You have a tarnished reputation with God. That's a given, right? But God doesn't care. So let's look at our daily devotion, a good reputation. People often think that your personal life does not matter as long as you perform well on the job or look good in public. God, however, does not make a distinction between your public life and your private life. Justice, righteousness, integrity, mercy, honesty, fairness, and faithfulness are essential traits of a godly person's character. You will develop a good reputation when you display the same godly integrity in private as you do in public. What matters most is not what others think of you, but what God thinks of you. This perspective helps you maintain consistency between your private life and your public life. And the thing is that it's not mentioned here in the devotion is as you work on your private life, it'll start to shine through in your public life, right? It is if you are working to have a good reputation with God, that will shine through in your public life and people will notice. And if people know that you're a Christian, if they know you love God, they will say, oh, look, he not only does he talk the talk, but he walks the walk. We're only going to look at, actually, no, let's look at all 4 Bible verses. So the first one is Colossians chapter 3, verse 23. Work willingly at whatever you do, as though you were working for the Lord rather than for people. So again, no matter what you're doing it for God, not for people, right? Proverbs 22:1, choose a good reputation over great riches. Being held in high esteem is better than silver or gold. Very true. You know, money's one thing, but respect from others and respect from God or love from God means more than any sort of money. Proverbs chapter 3, verses 3 and 4. Never let loyalty and kindness leave you. Tie them around your neck as a reminder. Write them deep within your heart. Then you will find favor with both God and people, and you will earn a good reputation. That's very true. Loyalty and kindness. You know, that's something that a lot of people don't have today, right? They're quick to judge others. They're quick to anger, quick to point out other people's faults, but they're not quick to show kindness. And then finally, Matthew chapter 5, verse 16. Let your good deeds shine out for all to see, so that everyone will praise your heavenly Father. That's what I was talking about earlier, which was, you know, if you work on your stuff in your private life and, you know, those will lead to good deeds that people will say, oh, look, you know, I know Deacon. He professes to be a Christian, and look, he's showing what it means to be a Christian. And that can be a positive and a negative, right? It's up to you what people think. Alrighty. Hope you're all doing well. Hope you all had a fantastic Memorial Day holiday. We are going to start with, we need to shave about, I really need to shave about 1.5 seconds to 2 seconds off of this time trial. And I just cannot do it right now. We've got 2 days. We're going to bang out this for a little bit. We do have weekly challenges we want to work on. I also have some exciting news. Dallas, don't let me end stream without sharing the exciting news regarding Gran Turismo 7. Yeah, this has been a pain in our backside. That's too deep. We're going to find out how the stream handles with the telemetry software running. Looks like it's doing pretty well. So we are in the C5 Corvette. This thing is a handful. We're on sports medium tires. As you can see, this thing is a handful. Not over enough. That was a bad turn. Hope you are doing well, Dallas. Nope, not enough. Oh, I turned way too late. Turned way too late. I haven't touched this in about a day, so I am definitely sucking the big one right now. Whee! Good, I'm glad to hear that. Nope. Hey, guess what? That's not the line, Chief. That was not good at all. Woo! Let's just keep on it. That's horrible. That's like a second off pace, or second off where I need to be, where I've been. I just don't trust myself to do what Damien does there. I just don't trust myself. He is nuts. I can't do that. Where's my steering? Where is my steering? Where's my steering? Alright, see if we can get a lap in without wrecking. Of course, we are going to have to make it through the death chicane. That's a little bit better. Oh, we almost made it a lap, chat. Almost. I've been doing the daily race B time trial today. That 4C handled a lot differently. You saw it jump out at me. I know they're dangerous here. Can you do me a favor, Dallas, and put that wall back where it belongs? It's totally screwing this up. That was a great Sector 1. Just Pink Floyd that wall. Well, at least we didn't eat the wall. Of course, this is going to be a lousy lap. What am I doing? I hit that curb and it threw me so hard. I hit that curb totally wrong. We're going backwards just to pick up some speed. Car's a handful. Too much power too soon. Meh. Oh, come on. Got a little crazy coming out of that chicane. Too deep. Yeah, I don't know how he does that. I have no idea how he's doing that. He's Damien, that's how. He's built different. Oh yeah, this is not good. Really? Yeah, this is but going about as good as a fart in church, which is not good. That's pretty lousy into the first sector. And that just set up, that just screwed up everything that going into that first turn of those S's. What was that? Whoopsie! That was ugly. That's a big old negatory. Yeah, no doubt, Dallas. Gotta be what it is. Somebody did a little spy hunter on the track beforehand. I want your opinion on something, Dallas. I know I stream in 4K, but the problem is with that is it causes about a 30-second delay between the stream and when what you guys see, right? There's about a 30-second delay. So the question is, do we keep it 4K with that delay, or do we shorten it up? Do we clean it up to either 2K or even 1080? 1080 has, you know, very little delay. 2K, if I stream in 2K, it's about a about 15 to 20 second delay. 4K, it's about a 30-second delay. 1080, it's about what it is on Twitch, about a 8 to 10 second delay. Oh my gosh. I am hot garbage with this car. I cannot drive this way. I think for like racing content, we're probably okay doing 4K. But I think for other content that, like if we go back to doing just chatting and stuff like that, we need something a little bit with more real-time interaction. Less delay, in your opinion? Okay. Something I have to balance. That was a pretty crappy first sector. depends on the device you're watching on. You know, if you're on mobile, it's not as big of an issue, right? Because you only have such a certain screen size anyways, and so 4K is not going to look as good as, say, a 4K monitor. But I have those metrics sitting in my dashboard, what people are looking at, watching on, so... And you'd be surprised, especially on YouTube, what percentage of people are watching on a TV. Now, granted, I do have a smaller audience, so it's kind of hard to... you know, just or get a good gauge with those metrics because it's a small sample size. But I know if we go away from gaming a little bit, not that we're gonna ever completely go away from Gran Turismo or something like that, right? But if we were to go more towards the idea I was talking to you about last year, I don't need it to be in 4K. I can do it in 1080p, right? Of course, that, you know, that's going to be so the audience can participate more. I'm braking way too late there. You know, if I'm doing a story-based game, or even Gran Turismo, right? It's not as big a deal as if I was doing a talk show. So, right. Nope, too wide. The nice thing is I can use the Delta app to kind of analyze my best lap from the first stint. It's not perfect AI analysis, but it's pretty darn good. I got so lucky on that. That bouncing was wild. that sucks. And I'm gonna have dirty tires. Might as well just restart it. DCS isn't helping me. Trying to burn the timer down some. For the cleaner tires. This might be a good start for the next lap. We'll see if we can... Nope. Messed that up. All right, we're gonna have to take a break from this here in a little bit. Gonna be a garbage lap, but that was a hell of a save. That's still a horrible... Dang it. All right, we gotta take a break. All right, let's do some weekly challenges. Let's actually before we do that, let's take a look here. So lap 8 of stint 8 was our best lap with a 51.7. So if we bust out the... I'm losing 16 seconds in in sequence 1. Holy cow. I'm used to like these sequences saying like, you know, a couple tenths here, a couple tenths here. The lowest sequence, I mean, there's a reason I'm, you know, 3 or 4 minutes behind top guys. You found it? Okay, that easy, that reverberates the microphone. Thank you, dear. Your worst sequence is sequence 9. Yeah. 18 seconds. Oh, that's a ton, Dallas. Not taking optimal lines. I'm not braking earlier. The sequence 9. Move this down here. And now we're going to show a new feature we have for stream. So hold on 1 second, chat. Well, that's unfortunate. Even though I'm showing the display, it's not capturing it. Why? Well, let's change it. Go to that. There we go. All right, so sector 9. Or sequence 9. And you know what? I like this better up here. It doesn't really matter. The sequence 9. This is the long straight. No. Why are you double hearing that? I don't know why you were hearing that. That's weird. All right. You guys were hearing double of the capture card most likely. Possibly even me. All right, sorry about that. All right. So this is the death chicane over here, right above my head. So coming out of this death chicane, we're not having the most optimal line. So I'm braking earlier. I'm braking earlier. You can't see it with my big old mug in the way. But the analysis is over here. There you go. Now you don't have to look at me. I'm braking 2 meters earlier than the reference. My braking force is 11% higher than the reference lap. So over slowing into this turn, okay? My speed was 13 miles an hour slower than the reference. And I'm turning in later than the reference. Okay. Oh. Got some things to work on tomorrow. Because I need to shave off quite a bit of time. I'm hoping that's the right scene. All right. Yeah, I'm way off pace, Dallas. All right, the question is, what do we want to do next? Do we want to do daily or weekly challenges? Do we want to do a box opening? Do we want to share some goodies from the weekend? Or do we want to share some Gran Turismo 7 news? That's a lot to think about, isn't it? Oh, you know what? I forgot to move my monitor over here. I really do like having that monitor that technically that's the 4th monitor for the Mac. I do enjoy having it on the wall right there. So it looks like the frame chugged hard doing that. All right, we'll work on that in the future. Reset this bad boy. Make sure it doesn't chug hard again. If we're going to be doing all that, though, it might be another reason to drop back down to 1080. Yeah, a lot to choose from. I'm going to make a poll. Start a poll. All right, here we go. All right, chat. There's a poll sitting up right now. Vote. I'll be back in a couple of minutes. I need to go to the restroom. I'll be right back. Alrighty, we are back. So the winner is show off goodies from this weekend. All right. So what did we do this weekend? So Friday we went down to Williamsburg and ate at a Mexican place down there. Pretty good place. Blobby picked it out, but from there we went to a place called the Copper Fox Distillery. Now they are, you cannot call it Scotch here in the United States because Scotch, of course, is made where? Bueller, Scotland. And so by law, in order for it to be called Scotch, you have to make it in Scotland. Well, we didn't go to Scotland. We went to Williamsburg, Virginia. And so they make something in Williamsburg that is very close to Scotch, but with a few different twists. And I'm not going to share everything, but they make a whiskey that is, first it's Virginia barley, so it's barley they get from here in the state, okay? And then on top of that, Scotch is smoked with peat. Basically, it's not quite this brass, but it's, you know, I don't want to call it just yard clippings, right? But it's peat's very specific. I don't want to say you dredge it, but you kind of dredge it out of kind of more wetland areas, right? You let it dry and then you use that to smoke your barley. And at Copper Fox Distillery, they actually use different types of fruit wood, including, not sure how well that's going to show up on stream, but this is their single malt peach wood. And so this is distilled from a Virginia barley, right? And So they have the Virginia barley, they spread it out, they dry it, they do what they would do in Scotland with rotating it, tilling it, not really tilling it, but rotating it, letting it kind of create its own sugars and whatnot. And then they smoke it. And they smoke the barley in different types. They're single malt. This is their, they smoke this in peachwood. And then it gets finished in a oak barrel. There's a couple more steps in there that I'm not going to share. If you want to find out more, you would have to go to their distillery and go on tour. On their tour, they kind of go into more detail. I'm not going to steal all their thunder, but so that's one of the things I picked up this weekend while we were in Williamsburg was this single malt. I had some of it there. It was very good. I'm going to crack this open at some point on stream. Not tonight, but I will crack it open at some point in the future. Don't know when just yet, but it will happen. While we were there, we had a Turkish tobacco old-fashioned. I love old-fashions. So this one was a little bit different where not only do they smoke the glass, but they actually have a little bit of a tobacco liqueur in there. Very good. It is a smokier old-fashioned. Really like it. Blobby had one. He really enjoyed it as well. He after our tour got a flight of old fashions, which is basically just about a half-ounce pour of each of the old fashions that they make, of the basic ones. So it was like a classic, a lavender, strawberry daiquiri, and I forget what the fourth one is. But he enjoyed them all. And so we got some goodies while we were down there. Again, the single malt's something I want to bust out here at some point on stream. Saturday we went up near Gordonsville, had some fried chicken, some of the best fried chicken I've ever had. I love it. It's still made in lard. It's really good. But on the way home, he started asking me some questions about cigars. He knew I liked to smoke cigars 20 years ago or so. So he started to ask me questions, and we went out yesterday, and he got me two. Now, one of them is a classic I like. But he got me something, because he asked me what I used to like to smoke. So I gave him a couple names, but I said, try something more mild and lighter to start with. And so he got me an Arturo Fuente. Now, this is their Churchill style cigar. As you can see, it is a lighter wrapper. So this is going to be a lighter cigar. You can see it's the same height as the other one, but you can tell that there's a little bit of difference. This one's a little bit thinner than this one. And he also then picked me up a Monte Cristo, which is one I used to love to smoke quite a bit back in the, now I know Monte Cristo has a ton of numbers and whatnot. This is another Churchill with a lighter wrapper as well. It's been about 20 years since I smoked many cigars. I'm going to start out with a little bit lighter flavor before I work back up into something a little bit heavier. And so that was a couple things. Those were some Father's Day gifts. One that I bought myself, the single malt, the American single malt. And then, of course, my wife and Blobby went and picked out a couple of cigars for me to enjoy. We'll enjoy those on stream at some point in the near future as well. So, and let's go ahead before we get into some weekly challenges. Let's really quick, I do have a piece of Gran Turismo 7 news. So starting in June, I have been invited to join. So some of you may know who Digit is. Digit is a Digit Racing, Digit Gaming. I think he goes by Digit Racing on YouTube still. He is a Gran Turismo 7 content creator here on YouTube. Fast. And I've been invited to partake in his content Creators Workshop. So what this is going to be, long and short, and we're going to find a way to not chronicle the behind the scenes things that go on, but more the progress. And I've got a few different ideas of how I'm going to monitor that progress, and kind of showcase it to you guys. But Digit has a series of master classes, or a master class that has a series of lessons. There's 5 levels to the master class. It kind of gets you into some of the, starts with the basics, goes into the more advanced techniques and lessons for racing. You know, it covers some of the basics like trail braking, excuse me, and it goes from there. He kind of gets into a little bit of the science behind some of racing and how Gran Turismo uses some of that science. For example, you know, slip angle, where how far can the wheels turn while they're getting good grip and good rotation before they go before you turn too far and they actually then start to slide, right? Stuff like that. And so I'm going to find a way to chronicle the growth over the next month that I've made. What he's going to do is there's a series of things I have to do, such as provide him with clips and stuff from within Gran Turismo, save a lap, right? Share it with him so he can kind of see some of the things I need to improve upon. There's going to be a series of calls with him that we won't do those on stream, where he'll go over, you know, some of the things I need to work on, almost like an individual coaching. What this really is a way for him to showcase what his master class and his coaching can do, and for anybody who races in Gran Turismo 7. And the reason he chose, I think, content creators is because we also have the ear of some, you know, the ear of our viewers, the ear of our communities. And so we will find a way, both live and recorded content, to kind of showcase what we learned through Digit. So I'm really excited about that. Again, that's going to start the 1st of January. I have some things I need to do to kind of get stuff set up with him. And then the goal is from the 1st of January, or excuse me, the 1st of June, sorry, the 1st of June through, basically I go on vacation the 29th of June. So that period right there is where I'm wanting to, hopefully you guys will see an improvement in my driving skill. And we'll see how that turns out. It was kind of a, you know, he asked his community, hey, I'm looking for 10 content creators. Here's a form, go fill it out. And I was one of the 10 that did get selected to partake in this. So we'll see, you know, if we can, you know, effectively show how good of a teacher Digit is. So that's our goal. Hopefully we don't embarrass him too much. All right. Let's step away from this because we are bashing our head against a wall. Badly as well, I might add. I have not even touched this one yet. Let's work on some of the weekly challenges. So the first one I know is going to be a simple Daytona tri-oval race in an American car. So this is where you guys, you know, for those of you who may be a first time here, this is where you guys get to really, you know, pick my car. So we're going to do a series of these weekly challenges. And the first one, of course, is the Sunday Cup 600. So we have to do a U.S. road car. I'm hoping it does more than help me brush up skills, but actually teaches me some new skills, and it helps me pinpoint some of the things I'm doing wrong. So, all right. So for the Daytona Tri-Oval chat, just start, you know, there's a bunch of cars. You know, if you want to call out just a manufacturer, but if you have a specific car in Gran Turismo you want to see me race, I want to keep it under 600 performance points, even though I don't have to technically. I like to keep it right around there. You know, so for example, the Challenger SRT Demon is probably a little overpowered. You're trying to be nice. You know, my wide body 2009 ZR1's way overkill. I think the 89 ZR1 is going to be a little overkill as well. We know the ZL1 Camaro, that one's tuned out. That's going to be overkill. This is the new Corvette. That's the one I was just racing in that time trial. It's right here. We could try to run that. I'm looking for something that's going to be a little bit of a challenge, but not going to be bashing my head against a wall. No Teslas. That's the only thing I want to say. No Teslas. The triable, so we can kind of do, we don't have to worry about turning. It's really just going to be a speed race. Could do the Trans Am. That's kind of, you know, it's only got 219 horses. The Camaro Super Sport. Yeah, let's try it. What do we got on it for tires? Sports Softs, that should be good enough. And that's one of the cars in the race. Let's try it, Dallas. This is going to be straightforward. While I do this, rest of you in chat, if you want to think about what other car you'd like to see me try to do on this weekly challenge. This is not nearly as I figured with these sports soft tires. This thing would be sliding all over the place, but it's not. We are gonna have to fight through some traffic here, or just blow past it all. This thing does not like to slow down that well. I probably should have just dove inside instead of trying to be nice. That was okay. So this thing does not brake worth a darn. Not at 170 miles an hour. I probably should have just dove inside. We can try the Trans Am next, Dallas, if you want. Just for giggles. So we have to be smart here. Oh! Woo, that was close. No, Dewsdall, no Tesla. No Tesla. I said no Tesla, though. You only heard what she wanted to hear. You made an account just to troll me with Tesla. That's true love, chat. Making an account just to troll someone you love. Excuse me, Dallas? All right, try the Tesla for giggles and the Trans Am. Guard dog was barking. So, if you're Audi, then I'm not going to use the Tesla. All right, let's do the Trans Am. This Trans Am does not have a ton of horsepower. How much horsepower are we giving up? 300 horsepower? No, 200. 200 horsepower, 230, 224 horsepower. What I'm saying, Dallas. What I'm saying, Dallas. All right, here you go, Dallas. And since you asked so nicely and you said your favorite, we'll try it in third person. No, we're not. This car's not going to do it, Dallas. This car's not even going to catch the car in front of me. And this is all she's got, Captain. Again, keep in mind this car was built in '78, where horsepower was at a premium because gasoline was at a premium. It looks a lot faster on TV with Bert driving. Yeah. Actually, what year was that one in Smokey and the Bandit? All right, so the Trans Am, not a good car. Don't laugh, Dallas. Don't laugh. Don't laugh, Dallas. Ford Escort. Don't laugh. We got a Ford Sierra Cosworth. Yeah, they made it look a lot better on fine, we will try a Tesla. We'll even try the performance model. I'm gonna fall asleep from this thing being so quiet. Yeah, no doubt, Dallas. All right, so this thing has a top speed of 155 miles an hour. bed when you can just hear, all you hear is the wind in the other cars. Yeah, we're not going to catch the leaders, that's for sure. We're not catching the leaders. They're pulling away from us. Yeah. Tesla doesn't have it. And remember, this is the performance Tesla that has 500 horsepower. Oh, we got up to 156 miles per hour, chat. Uh-oh. There's a car behind me starting to catch us, chat. Everybody start rocking forward. See if we can get the Tesla to go a little bit faster. We might not finish in the top 3, chat. We might not finish in the top 3, chat. We're not. Whatever this car is going to catch us. Is that the Ford Focus? The Tesla sucks. All right, let's pick another car. Let's pick another silly car. The Trans Am and the Tesla just weren't going to do it. Here we go, Dallas. You asked and you mentioned it, and here it comes. The Ford Escort RS Cosworth. Let's see what this thing can do. I'm not gaining on him. I'm not gaining on him, Dallas. I'm not gaining on him, Dallas. Okay, I'm gaining on him, Dallas. Well, not the leaders. Tesla sucks, babe. Giving it all she's got, Captain. Do we have a 6th gear in this thing? Nope, no 6th gear, chat. It is faster than the Trans Am, Dallas. Not almost, it is. The Trans Am was struggling to hit 130. This hit 150 in the slip, Dallas. The Trans Am never even got to the slip. This Ford Escort doesn't have it. No, you're right. You're right, Dewsdall. Your Tesla's slow. I mean, technically, the Tesla's faster than this little Ford Escort, which isn't saying much. The only thing slower than this Escort was the Trans Am so far. I wonder how the C1 Corvette would do. I doubt the C1 Corvette would get up to 150. Because it's only got 4 gears. Now, if I tuned it, it would. The Trans Am, I'm sorry, Dallas. The Trans Am was trash for this race. We might be able to get one more spot. It's going to be close. I don't think we're going to have it. Nope. Jeez. Camaro, Camaro, Camaro. Corvette. All right. One more. Let's try the C1 just for giggles. And see if the C1's even worse than the Trans Am. It might be. There's only a few horsepower difference. This is 243. The Trans Am's 219. I think the C1's going to be quicker, Dallas. I think the C1's going to be quicker, Dallas. I don't think the C1's going to struggle to hit 130. It might. That's it for gears for this thing. It's not much quicker, Dallas, but the Corvette is quicker. We're out of gears. Oh, is that how we're gonna beat Dewsdall? Okay. This thing wants to fight me on. This thing does not want to use the embanking at all. How much horsepower did that Tesla have? 500? So we're going to try to stay under the same horsepower. It was like 530, I think. This poor thing has 300 less horsepower than that Tesla. I just find it funnier that it's faster than the Trans Am. To 6th. No, we're gonna be just a bit short. This little Corvette did okay considering the disadvantage it's at. It is funny, Dallas. It's hilarious. All right, we want to keep it under 500 horsepower. One last one, just to shut the Tesla up. And then we'll move on to another challenge. While we do this next one, I want you guys to think about the next challenge, which is we have to have a sports car from the 60s, 70s, or 80s. So keep that in mind. What year is that? Tesla 23? All right. This is less horsepower than the Tesla, is 3 years older than the Tesla, and I'm on worse tires than the Tesla. Let's see how this holds up against the Tesla. Would the Tesla reach peak at 156? We might die in the turns, though. Do we have a 7th gear in this sucker? We'll find out. I don't think so. We lose so much speed in the turns because of these sports hard tires. So we do have a 7th gear. Are we gonna actually be able to use it worth a damn? Bet with racing slicks, this sucker would get, or even sports softs, this thing would get up to 200. Yeah, 7th is pretty much useless in this car. All right. Classic car. We need to run a car from the 60s, 70s, or 80s, I believe is what it was. And again, around good wood. So it has to be less than 580 performance points, a car from the 60s, 70s, or 80s. Let's sort these by performance points, and let's just see what is near that 580. I mean, we could make the Corvette around that 580 if we just change the tires on it, but I'm not going to do all that. So the M3's around 580. The Porsche, the 81 Porsche 911. 74 Challenger. 70 Chevelle SS. The Superbird we know is a boat. We've never, I don't think we've ever run the GT40 ever. Trans Am might not be bad here though, Dallas. They might be able to roll through the turns a little bit easier than, say, you know, some of these other cars with more horsepower. So the only cars you aren't seeing right now is another Chevelle SS and a Ferrari 512. We do have a Dodge Charger, a Mustang. Now we're down a whole 100 performance points. I don't think we want to go down that low. So let's pick something from this screen, chat. This is all within reach of that 580. I could make the Corvette fit that. The ZR, the 89 C4, I could make it fit it by changing the tires. And some of these other cars have a little bit of room in them for another set of tires if we wanted to. Let's try Dallas's Trans Am real quick. Put the racing softs on it and see if it helps it at all. All right, Dallas, we'll try the 512 after this. Let's just see if the Trans Am can do anything here with the turns. This is the Trans Am, Dallas. Oh, let's just... Whoopsie. Whoops. Little hot, little hot. Ferrari. Oh well. See, around here, because we don't have to slow down as much, or because we do have to slow down because there are turns. This car can hit those turns a little bit better because it's not going as fast as some of those other cars. That might be another Trans Am in front of us too. We're not really catching the leaders though, are we? Nope, that's not a Trans Am. I don't know why I'm worried about spinning this thing. Oh! Well, all right. Dallas wants to try the 512. The 512 is going to kill us. I can just tell you that now. Let's try it, though. What is this thing? This is a 354 horsepower 5.0 Ferrari 76. Now let's try it, Dallas. Oh, guess what? We can't do those tires. We can do those tires, though. I have no idea what when the braking zones are for this car. This is a... It does feel like it wants to kill me some, Dallas, but... But these straight lines, holy cow. This is a good car, Dallas. I think this might be on our virtual gear list for later this season. I have to go back and double check what our European car from the 70s is. Oh, I made a mistake. Well, that sucks. Let's try that again. I just wasn't paying attention. I was already thinking about virtual gear. This thing is... On sports mediums, it's a bit dicey. But that acceleration, holy cow. Yeah, this is a beast of a car. I like this car a lot. Good call, Dallas. I just gotta learn how to control it. But yeah, excellent call, Dallas. He wanted to step out on me just a little bit there. So I did the really premature upshift there because he was close to spinning out. I bet this car would be a blast in VR. Got this Pantera, I'm not sure how I want to get around it. Like, I cannot take that flat or this car is going to slide hard. Yeah, this car is a beast, Dallas. Excellent choice. I did that to give them a chance to win. I just barely clipped that grass and it sent me. Not a big fan of the C2 Corvette. Yeah, it got a little bit. You can't take this turn flat in this thing because you'll catch the grass, and that's what spun me. Nope, there goes the guard dog. Easy, Dougal. Sorry, guys. Yeah, that 512 is fun. It's a little loose at times, but it is definitely a fun car. All right, we're gonna knock the Kangoo out while we're here, but what's the race after that? The Ferrari challenge, so we have to pick a Ferrari of 700 or less. So we cannot pick the super fast unless we put lower end tires on it. We could do the super fast, but anyways. So we're gonna have several Ferraris to pick from, chat. We're not doing that this time. We're gonna do one more. We're gonna do another one first. Yeah, it was fun, Dallas. It was definitely loose, but not scary loose. So we have to stay under 700, so this will probably be the Ferraris we pick from. But I'm going to do the Kangoo race first. And then we can come back here and pick which Ferrari we want to do for the Ferrari Circuit Challenge. All right, 4 laps around Eiger in a cargo van, basically. It's not really a cargo van. It does have a middle row. This car sucks. And I'm not anywhere good enough to... I'm betting these Kangoos are a little bit more beefed up. I bet these are not just the standard. Okay, so what? What do we want to do? Well, we do have racing softs. Let's try those. See if that helps this car at all. Those things have to be modified. I had nothing. There was nothing left in second, and third gear just bogged. Like, I lose so much going up this hill. There's no sense in using second because there's nothing there for second. Yeah, these cars have to be modified. Maybe I need to put some sports stuff in it. Or let's just pimp it out and do some racing stuff in it. Throw an engine swap in there. Nope. I thought I could keep it just revved up in third. I want to see if I can feather that throttle around that turn. Keep some RPM so I can make it up that hill maybe. Alright, final lap. That's enough, Dougal. All right, we're gonna try that again. It's fine. It's fine, Doll. All right, let's try that with a little bit more oomph in the that big sweeping right-hander. Let's not brake. Let's not, of course, go full bore through there, but let's keep the speed up a little bit. And then going down the hill, we want to use third more, I think. They catch me and pull away so much going up this hill, which tells me they've got to have some sort of mods on. He's got a wing on the back of his. Oof, that was a bad turn. Oh, really? Come on, dude. All right. See if we can make up 3 seconds on the guy in third in a severely underpowered car. I'm not gonna have enough. I'm gonna be close, but not quite enough. All right, we're gonna have to upgrade this bad boy just a little bit. I mean, that is close though, chat. All right, let's throw some sports upgrades on it and see if we can get it to get at least third. That thing is, I'm losing so much power going up the hill. Can't believe we're gonna throw upgrades in the freaking van. We're just gonna go up to sport. We're not gonna get crazy. Well, we do have sports in there already. We'll go to club sports then. We don't really need either one of those right now. Oh, we do want the sports suspension. And then we'll throw the sports tires on the bad boy. We tried, chat. We tried with... All right, let's see if maybe now we can make it up that hill without losing so much time. Now, we don't have the racing slicks on, so we have to be careful, excuse me, with our braking and with our turns, because... Oh yeah, this already sounds... This sounds completely different. Oh, I almost ate the back of his bumper. Not second, not second. How are you still passing me? These things are silly. A 23-second lap. Can I get down to under 23 seconds? Maybe. This is going to be a... Not going to have enough here. They're going flat out. I'll take the third. The third gives me the completion. Get out of my way! Need my horn. This is a silly, stupid little race. But we got our ticket. This is a silly, stupid little race. I don't get it. But that's okay. I don't need to get it. Hey, and if you guys are liking what you're watching, hit the thumbs up and hit the subscribe buttons. I appreciate it. All right, Ferrari challenge. Bull Express was the way to go. All right, I'm going to get my camera out of the way. You guys need to pick from one of these Ferraris. I cannot go over 700 performance points. I'm going to tell you right now that super fast is going to kill me. That super fast is just going to kill me if I do it. Bold Express was in the way. Yep. That they were, Dallas. That they were. We'll get up and stretch. I'll be right back, chat. That's where I was leaning myself, Dallas. We'll leave the sports softs on here. Maybe a little overkill, but we'll see. I would prefer the F40, but my F40 is juiced to the gills. The 365, we could try that after this. Let's try this first. I think this thing has got more room at the top. Yeah, it did. I let that sucker rev out because I had a strong suspicion we were going to have to brake around 200. Thing wants to kill me around that turn. Alright, we gotta brake about 175. have to break out at the 200-meter mark. That's wild. Maybe I'll break a little bit later there. Gotta be careful with this thing. Come on. That was a lap car chat. I'm not catching the guy in first. All right, I am a little bit now. Wow, I almost ate it there. Almost died, chat. No, he's gonna catch me in a heartbeat here. He may have to break way before me, though. I did use that lab car, and I don't feel bad about it. That thing is a beast. Such a good looking car. So you suggested the 365, huh? Or the 365? Maybe. Yeah, this car was rolling. The 365 is pretty far down there, but let's try it. I'm not going to have to brake as early, so I might be able to take advantage of that. With the big long straights, it's going to be hard, though. Oh, we can throw new tires on this. So I'll throw sports softs on it. All right, let's see if this has any shot. See if we can even get a podium with this thing. Car's 24 years older than the one we just used. I love the looks of these cars. That not what I have is the 71? What do I have? Oh, I have the 75, you're right. Let me grab the 71. I just saw 365. Good call, Dallas. All right, let's see how this one does. This is the 71. I can read. Sometimes, sort of. Don't you do that. Don't you dare. I'll tell you what, Dallas, this thing handles like garbage. Doesn't feel like I have a steering wheel. Feels like I have like a fragile wooden stick. Feels like the ball joints are like non-existent in this thing. rack and pinion steering. Maybe. Oh, shoot! I'm not paying attention. Oh my gosh, Dallas, this thing is a beast to handle. This thing breaks eventually. Like I said, eventually this thing will break. This thing is horrible. Dallas, you must hate me, Dallas. This thing is hard to handle. Give me back my F50. Yep. If you want to steer, forget about it. If you want to brake, forget about it. It's the Flintstone brakes. This thing actually has to brake sooner than the F50 does. Dallas, I don't know what I did to deserve this disrespect from you, but holy cow. I thought you liked me, Dallas. I thought I was your favorite streamer. Oh, come on. I'm using the front bumper. At least this car doesn't feel like it's trying to kill me around these two turns right here. No, now it's definitely not. I'm having the guy come pick it up tonight. You just lost it, sir. Oof. Come on. We're not winning this. We just want to try to get podium. We could probably brake a little bit later there. Dang it. I'm not paying attention. I just stopped paying attention. That's going to be tough, dude. That is going to be tough. I just stopped paying attention. I was doing math in my head. And my gap to the car in front of me. I got to really pay attention. Yeah, this car is definitely a handful. It's not as easy as the F50 was. No, I'm gonna get it. We're gonna get it, Dallas. It's stupid mistakes I'm making. Like, I've got to remember, I need to brake at 200 here. I don't want to go too deep. That car's gone. Yeah, I have no shot against that super fast in this thing. Unless it's on the turns. I don't even know how I passed him the first time. That super fast is just nuts. It's all a half second slower than the car in front of me. Hold on, girl. Hold on. Yeah, I mean, this old car, she's got some speed, but not enough to handle these newer cars. I think this is a lap car, so I don't think this is for fourth. It is not. All right, fifth place in a car that's older than me, I'll take it. A fun car to drive, Dallas. You can see I was putting some work in from time to time. But she's definitely a fun car. Yeah, I mean, everything that's ahead of me is from this century. Yeah, that was definitely something, Dallas. Just shows how good that F50 is. That 95 F50, that thing flew. This is not a bad ride, though. Not a bad ride. She does get squirrely around some turns, but what are you gonna do? Yeah, I didn't know if I was gonna be able to do it or not. I think our last one's like a 10-lap race. Yeah, I'm not gonna do that right now. I'll probably do that one off stream. Definitely a fun that Ferrari challenge is definitely fun. Nope. You're good. We're gonna wrap up anyways. It is 10 o'clock and we've been going for just over 3 hours. So we're gonna call it a night. Dallas, I appreciate you hanging out. Lurkers, I appreciate you hanging out. I know we got up there in views at one point. We were doing pretty good. I think we got to like 8 or 9 views at once, which is pretty, or viewers at once. That's pretty good. And I believe we have even picked up another follower tonight, or a subscriber. So I do appreciate that. I'm going to keep trying to grow the YouTube channel here. We have what, June, July, August, September, October. We've got 5 months to try to see if we can't get to partner status. So we may be back tomorrow night. Just depends on what I've got going on and how I feel. May or may not have a new racing seat as well tomorrow. We'll see. But I appreciate you all hanging out. Dallas, for that, thanks for hanging out. Lurkers, thanks for hanging out. And don't forget, until next time, you all take care of yourselves and each other. There we go. And have a great rest of your night. Good night, folks.